Messages from Shaltazar, Understanding the Restless Mind. We are Shaltazar, the Gavish Baninu, the energy of 33, the Master Teacher, and the energy of 44, the Master Healer. Dear ones, we come forth with this teaching at this time because humanity is struggling with the restlessness of the mind, keeping you from the peace, love, and calm you long for. In this age of speed and noise, the need to understand why the mind races is greater than ever. Yet within this struggle lies an opportunity, for in facing the restless mind, you can begin to reclaim choice, to no longer be ruled by conditioning, but to awaken the wisdom of the heart. What we share here is only the beginning. The next step is to learn how to shift from the dominance of the mind and into the balance of the heart. This message opens a doorway between the noise of thought and the silence of being. Beyond it waits the whisper of the eternal, calling you back into awareness of who you truly are. Why does the mind race? Because it was trained to. The mind is not broken. From an evolutionary perspective, it was designed to scan for danger, to anticipate, to prepare. A hyper-alert mind once kept you safe from predators by favoring speed over stillness. Even now, though life has changed, the nervous system reacts as if every demand or conflict were life or death. Its nature is movement, always looking for the next problem to solve. Once this vigilance kept you alive, but now the same speed steals the gift of living in stillness. And yet there is hope, for what has been trained can be retrained. If you choose, you can reprogram the mind, teaching it to serve rather than rule, allowing space for stillness, peace, and the wisdom of the heart. Unfortunately, the world around you feeds this old habit. Constant stimulation, endless images and sounds, condition the mind to crave activity. Silence feels foreign because busyness has become its nourishment. And so the mind races on, avoiding the emptiness beneath. There is also a deeper wound. From childhood, you were taught that intelligence defined your worth. Schools and society rewarded quick thinking, memorizing, producing answers. Your heart and intuition were rarely honored. Slowly, you learned that the more thoughts you had, the more value you seemed to hold. And so the mind keeps hurrying, even when there is no need, desperate to prove its importance. This is the imbalance of your age, the glorification of the mind, and the neglect of the heart. You crowned the mind as king and silenced the quiet voice of feeling and intuition. It is not just your personal struggle, It is the conditioning of humanity. Stillness cannot be measured or rewarded. It belongs to the infinite, while the mind clings to the finite. True wisdom is not in the number of thoughts, but in the awareness behind them. For it is this awareness that allows you to witness the mind without being consumed by it, and to discern the truth that lies beyond the noise. Calm is not about stopping the mind, for thought will always move. Stillness is remembering you are the ocean upon which the waves rise and fall. You are not your racing thoughts. You are the vastness that holds them. When you shift from wave to ocean, the racing slows, for it no longer defines who you are. We know it is not easy. To slow down, to rest in the heart, can feel unsafe after centuries of conditioning. But the heart has always been waiting. It does not race ahead. It does not demand endless stimulation. The heart lives in love, in awareness, in the eternal now. To return to the heart is to remember your worth is not in how much you think, but in how deeply you are. Through time, the pendulum of humanity has swung. Some cultures honored feeling and intuition. Others exalted the mind. In this age, the swing has been toward the masculine, the mind-centered way. Yet now you are being called to rebalance, to remember the softer, heart-centered feminine that brings harmony between thought and love. This is the work before you, dear ones, and it begins within. It must start with those brave enough to lead the way. We bring you this message from a place of love. Our love for you is everlasting and unconditional. And know that as each of you chooses this path of rebalancing, humanity itself will change. As you awaken the heart, compassion will flow. As you ease the dominance of the mind, creativity and intuition will blossom. As you restore harmony within, peace will ripple outward. Know, dear ones, that by understanding why the mind races, and by remembering the quiet wisdom of the heart, you take the first steps towards restoring balance within yourself and in the world around you.